Good Tuesday, everyone. Welcome to GardenStateWeather.com and GardenStateWeather.blogspot.com, providing superior forecasting for the northern mid-Atlantic region 24 hours a day. I'm forecaster Robert Smith with the in-depth video forecast analysis discussion for this Tuesday, the 13th of October, 2015. And we have a mixture of cloud cover across the region this morning. Most of this is mid-level cloudiness associated with low pressure off of the central and eastern Long Island, where there's some light rain being reported this morning, throwing itself back into portions like Kennedy International this morning, and also portions out on central and eastern Long Island where there's some light rain or very light drizzle across the region. The skies are generally cloudy the further east you go, and they're partly cloudy to clear. Basically partly cloudy over the interior sections this morning. One thing that's noted is the temperatures are generally running where it's less cloud cover. Temperatures this morning are running in the upper 40s and lower 50s, where they started off around in the 40s this morning over the interior sections and warming a little bit. And out on central and eastern Long Island from New York City east, temperatures are in the low to the mid 60s. There's a little bit of fog out there, as I mentioned, on Farmingdale and Islip this morning as well. And just a little bit of light rain across the interior lower Hudson Valley area of Danbury, Connecticut, and central and eastern Long Island as this area of low pressure moves to the north and east. Morning surface chart from WeatherRoanoke.com and Digital Atmosphere Software shows our area of low pressure off the southeast ends of Long Island here this morning, with a warm front extending out into the ocean. It's throwing back a little bit of moisture here across interior portions of Connecticut, New York City east into Long Island, and of course eastern Long Island and the Sound here up to the Cape, where some light to moderate rain is occurring, with this feature moving out to the north and east. This is a series of cold fronts that will be moving through the region. Ahead of the cold front, an area of light rain showers, which will probably weaken as they make their way across the region later this afternoon and evening. A secondary cold front will come through tomorrow, and a third cold front will come through during the day tomorrow as well. So temperatures here and strong winds here to the north and west of the cold front here across the Great Lakes region. This is the chill that's coming in step by step as we make our way through the next several days into the weekend. With each passing cold front, temperatures will be lowering to about 10, even in some cases 15 degrees below the normal averages of the mid-60s at this point. This is a current view of the water vapor channel imagery this morning. Here comes a trough axis here with some showers ahead of it. Two cold fronts moving through the region. Another trough axis means a series of cold fronts here in the polar jet will be approaching our region during the next several days, cooling off the temperatures. Most of these will be dry passages of cold fronts with cloud cover variable and considerable cloud cover at times over the next couple of days, and lowering temperatures as autumn really begins to set in. Watches, warnings, and advisories for the central and southern coastlines of New Jersey down to the Delmarva, and it's not including the back bays here. There's small craft advisories in effect until 8 o'clock this evening. Winds will be out of the southwest at 15 to 20 knots, gust up to 25 knots, and seas averaging 4 to 5 feet. That's a little choppy. On the aviation and weather deck this morning, we have a little bit of MVFR here on central and eastern Long Island. We also have limited IFR conditions over the Hudson River Valley and portions of Connecticut. We have a little bit of IFR conditions with the early morning fog across southwestern Pennsylvania this morning and over interior portions of the Poconos this morning as well. Basically, we're going to have VFR conditions throughout most of the period. There is a potential of low clouds and to lesser extent fog developing around sunrise, which it's doing now. The model guidance continues to differ in the extent of the low clouds, but the best chance for IFR conditions will be toward the Reading Allentown area, which is showing up right now. After several hours of daytime mixing, expect these ceilings to lift ahead of a cold front, and showers from the front are expected to diminish in coverage and intensity as they move east during the day, limiting the impacts of visibilities from the showers from Reading and Allentown and further east as well. Skies will clear behind the front from west to east this evening, and VFR conditions expected during tonight. Now, we do have some south to southwest winds increasing to 10 knots, a little gusty, becoming west-northwesterly behind the frontal passages. For tonight, for tomorrow on Wednesday, mainly VFR conditions expected. Some MVFR ceilings possible, especially north and west of Philadelphia as a result of any shower activity there. West winds at 10 to 15 knots, gust up to 20 knots possible. Thursday, VFR conditions expected, west winds at around 10 knots. Friday, mainly MVFR conditions possible and any showers as a cold front moves through the region once again. West to southwest winds ahead of the front at 10 to 15 knots. Friday night and Saturday, VFR, west to northwest winds behind the front at 10 to 15 knots, gust up to 20 knots or greater. Right now outside of Newark, we're in VFR 62 degrees, dew point 57, humidity 84%. Few clouds at 4,900, broken at 11,000 and 15,000. VFR conditions basically in place. There could be a shower in the vicinity during some portion of earlier this morning and again later this afternoon with a cold front. Philadelphia right now is at 60, dew point 56, humidity 86%. The wind is southeast. At 3, overcast conditions, ceilings at 12,000, 18,000, and 25,000. VFR conditions in place. Visible satellite to pass this morning from east to west as the satellite is riding over to our west. Shows the clouds increasing ahead of the trough line axis ahead of the cold front here. Also over interior New Jersey as the sun's coming up and the passage of the visible satellite moves overhead. A smattering of cloud cover across the interior, less so as you head south and west. Water vapor channel also showing a little bit of the lifting here on eastern Long Island and the Cape associated with that area of low pressure and light rain into this region here. And again, a little bit of lifting ahead of this front, which seems to be weakening as it makes its way towards the north and east today. And as a result, here's some light to moderate rain across the eastern Long Island and extreme Cape Cod area. And these showers approaching the region in central Pennsylvania and central and western New York are weakening as they head to the east. Morning forecasted charts from the Weather Prediction Center. This is the analysis this morning, a 1002 millibar low off of south of Cape Cod here. Prefrontal trough, 2 cold fronts coming in, lots of cool, chilly air in the polar jet stream coming into the weekend as we have this cold front passing through later this afternoon and this evening, followed by another cold frontal passage tomorrow. These trough axes represent the differences in the pressure gradient with these trough axes moving through the region. We could expect mostly cloudy skies, variable cloud cover. Any shower activity in stratocumulus clouds will tend to keep to the north and west. Some of these cloud cover will again get into the region, but mostly dry conditions with downsloping air during tomorrow, so very little appreciable precipitation in the forecast. In fact, none. And with these cold fronts coming through the region, they mean a chill down in the atmosphere as we continue to get high pressure trying to build into the forecast region. And it does so. Here comes the next frontal system approaching the region on Friday. There's a few showers with that, not much appreciable precipitation. And then strong, cool, dry, polar influenced Canadian air builds into the forecast region for the weekend with a chill down. Temperatures could get into the 30s at night over the interior valleys, low to mid 40s in the New York City metropolitan area. Daytime temperatures could stay into the 50s to around 60, which is still below seasonal levels. Interior sections could remain at around 50 degrees for daytime temperatures, especially on Sunday, with this cool air mass coming into effect. And dry conditions will be felt throughout the forecast period with a gradual moderation of the air mass with winds backing around to the southwest as we get into Tuesday. I'm still calling for much below normal temperatures over the next couple of days with this cool shots coming into the north and east and in the mid-Atlantic coast states through the 22nd. And that means below normal precipitation is expected as well. During the next 8 to 14 days, we start to warm up with a zonal flow in place, not so much so for high temperatures being that far above normal in the eastern United States. And of course, over that period too, we're still probably going to be near or slightly below normal in the precipitation department through the end of the month. So for everything live, it's GardenStateWeather.com, GardenStateWeather.blogspot.com, Twitter, Facebook, and Google+. I'm forecaster Robert Smith. You enjoy your Tuesday. Good luck to the Mets tonight.